I wanted to get real with you and talk about the side of starting on Etsy that a lot of the gurus they just they don't talk about or they just won't admit. All right. And I'm not going to sit here and say that every Etsy guru out there is falls underneath this, but I do want to bring this up because I see a lot of people, they're looking at the Etsy dream, right? The, oh my gosh, I can sell print on demand and I can start, in 30 days, I'm going to make $10,000 because I seen a video of someone holding a mug that said 10,000, 15,000, whatever. And you're automatically going to think you're going to start being able to do that. All right. And that it kind of annoys me in a sense because I know that's not reality. All right. Now, whenever I've done a video that shows a product on what they're making, I've always disclosed like this is not typical, but also that this isn't, I wouldn't just go after selling mugs. I wouldn't just go after this. I would use this as a product that I would add to my brand. So I just want to be clear on that. All right. So let me just dig into these. I've got 5. All right. So the very first thing that Etsy gurus won't admit is that selling shirts and mugs won't work long term. They just won't. All right. Because here's what's going to happen. Number one, you're going to have other people come in and sell the exact same mug, the same exact, t-shirt. Okay. So if you're thinking to yourself, I'm just going to sell mugs, I'm just going to sell t-shirts, I don't think it's going to work, just personally, because I think you're going to have people that are going to come in. It's very easy to rip other people off, and it's happening every single day. It sucks, but it's true. So I would say that's something that's not talked about enough. All right. I would never sit here and say you should start an Etsy shop and sell mugs and t-shirts, and that's it. Okay. There's got to be a product line. There's got to be other products that someone could buy that aren't going to be the lower margins of a mug, the lower margins of a t-shirt. Okay. And a lot of times you might see t-shirts and mugs, and guess what? Those people that are selling those really low price because they're doing them themselves out of their garage. And you can't compete with that if you're doing Printify or print on demand because you're paying another third party to actually create these for you. All right. So you're just not going to be able to compete. Okay. And again, a lot of Etsy gurus, they don't talk about that. They just talk about, look at this mug. It's selling so much. Look at this shirt. You can do $22,000 a month in selling just shirts. You should start today. I don't want to be that guy. Okay. Number 2, chasing trends don't last. And you're constantly looking for new products. So here's what they don't admit as well. Yeah, just jump on trends, right? There's always going to be new trends. You just got to get good at finding trends. And then you just launch a product on a trend and then you ride that trend. And then if that thing fizzles out, you just go and find another trend. Easy, right? Isn't that easy? Let me know in the comments if you've fallen for that. I have. I'm not going to be embarrassed to admit it. I mean, I've thought of that in the past, not just on Etsy, but in other on other platforms. I mean, I sold on Amazon for years, so it's totally normal. But I'm going to be the one here to tell you that that is going to be a very, very risky business if that's what you're going to do, because you're always constantly on the hunt for the next trend and you're going to try to get there first before everyone else. Because you know what happens, right? Once someone sees something working, everyone else is going to jump on it. All right. And then it's a matter of you shutting down everybody that's copied you. I mean, heck, it's happening with Temu right now, right? If you sell products, don't go on Temu because you're going to probably see your products plastered there and you'll probably lose sleep. My wife used to do that. I told her, stop looking. Okay. There's nothing really you're going to do about it, but we don't want that happening on Etsy, but we also don't want to fall under the thought of, well, we're just going to go ahead and jump on trends. That to me sounds like really, really risky. And it also doesn't seem like a long-term play. All right. Number 3, SEO is more than just good titles and images. You've probably heard where, yeah, all you got to do is just get some SEO going, get some good tags that no one else knows about. And you're going to do great. You're going to rise to the top of the rankings and you're going to be able to get a lot of sales, even though there's 500 other people selling the same darn thing, going for the same exact keywords, but you're going to find that lucky little keyword that no one else knows about yet. No, that's not reality. All right. So again, if I'm sitting here talking to one of those Etsy gurus, I might be having a little bit of a debate here. because I would want to see proof of that. Okay. Without doing anything else, all you're doing is just going to, optimize your title, make sure that your description filled out, make sure your tags are good, and then try to find some of those tags that no one else is using, and you're going to rise to the top. That's not reality. Okay. Number 4 is selling random products is not a real business. All right. So what do I mean by that? Well, just being all over the place and just selling random products to random people in random niches. So again, if we're going back to the beginning there where I was talking about selling shirts and selling mugs, that's one side of it. But then it's like, yeah, if you see that there's maybe it's a frog with a cowboy hat, it's selling really well. You're like, oh, everyone's into frogs this year. We're going to sell that mug. And oh, look at this over here. Palm trees are really selling good. We're going to sell those too. Oh, look at that. A gardener with a certain apron that's selling. Okay, cool. Let's jump on that. That to me, again, kind of goes back to the chasing trends, but also just random. You're not going to be able to sell to that same customer over and over and over again. You're not going to probably be able to use the bundle feature that's built into Etsy, but the dream that is, pushed out there, with, YouTube or other forms of content out there, Instagram, whatever, is that, yeah, just sell random products, find something that's doing well, and then sell that and find another one and sell that and find another one and sell that. You don't need to pick a niche. You don't need to do that. It's not a real business, guys. It's just not. All right. Number 5, putting your eggs in one basket. I don't hear anyone talking about building an email list or making sure that you have assets that are outside of the Etsy platform. I've seen it happen so much, not just on the Etsy platform, but on Amazon as well. Like I said, I've sold on Amazon for years. I've seen people that were doing $30,000, $100,000 a month overnight shut down. So we have to protect ourselves. And a lot of times you hear the gurus saying like, yeah, just, find the mugs, find the shirts, find the special thing that's trending. And then just make your Etsy shop your full-time gig and quit your job and all that. It's like, man, that's so risky. That's so risky. So those are some things that I do not hear Etsy gurus admitting. And I wanted to bring them to your attention because I think that you should know this. All right. Now, I'm not sitting here saying that I'm an Etsy guru at all. Some people have said, yeah, but you're teaching, so you're a guru. I'm not a guru. I'm just someone in the trenches with my wife who's really, my wife's doing it and I'm just kind of helping her, but I'm also doing this. I'm trying to share what I'm learning, but also what I'm seeing. And what I'm seeing that people are, I don't want to say falling for, but in a sense they are, because you don't hear the other things that should be said, right? And no one's poking holes. I think Etsy's a great platform. I think there's a ton of opportunity. That's why we're selling on it. If someone was starting from scratch, I'd say, yeah, definitely start there. But you need to be aware of these other things. You need to be aware of building a brand is super important. Going after one niche is really important as well, because now we can build multiple products for that same customer and we can get repeat customers. That's how you build an e-commerce brand.